This is going to be a long one.
We're losing a lot of quality content.
Right, are you filming now?
Yeah.
Okay, so
first phone.
To answer your question, my first smartphone was a HTC HD7, which ran on Windows. And it sucked more than an iPhone because you couldn't just plug it into your computer, drag and drop. You had to download Zune to put songs on there.
Zune.
Pardon me?
Right? Remember when Zune was a thing? When it was
I don't remember Zune.
Was that phone on dial-up?
No. Fucking hell. But I didn't want an iPhone, so I got that one, and then I instantly regretted it.
I don't remember Zune.
Okay, Zune was another MP3 player back in the day to rival the iPod. It was made by Microsoft, and it was just shit. It was shit.
I don't remember that.
Okay, Bubba, what was your fucking first phone?
Yeah, what was your first phone, Don?
My first phone is the Samsung, the flip phone with the different colors in the middle, like the black and the green and the red. Remember those ones? No, they're much better.
You want to hear my phone? My first phone was a Motorola Peanut phone. You remember those peanut? They look like a peanut. It was like you're big, and actually legit look it up. If you look it up and look up Motorola Peanut phone, and it'll show up, and it's like it looks like it was big, and it looked just like a fucking peanut.
Really?
Yes. Oh. And it was pay as you go, and I live in Calgary. That was my very first phone.
Fucking, you know what the worst phone ever was?
Wait, hang on. Did you ever have a Motorola Razr?
No.
I didn't experience it.
Yes,
You did. You did. I had the 1, the 2, and the 3. I think there's 3 of them.
I loved it. Mine was.
They were awesome. I liked.
Slid up.
No, that's not a Razr. I know what you're talking about. It's not a Razr. The Razr is the one that flipped. It's a flip phone. It was real thin.
I think the shittiest phone that was ever on the market was the N-Gage. The Nokia N-Gage.
I didn't have that.
Because it had a screen in the middle because you could play video games on it too, right?
Yeah, that's the peanut phone right there.
Let's see.
That was my very first phone.
Yeah, you're right. It does look like a peanut.
It looks like a peanut. Yeah.
But you could play games on it like Tony Hawk and Tomb Raider and shit, right?
Yeah.
But fucking switch out the cartridges. You actually had to fucking open up the battery cover, take the battery out, and then take the cartridge out and put the new cartridge in.
What?
Yeah. Look it up. It fucking it was a shit fucking video game system / phone.
What do you think the best gaming system is?
PlayStation 2.
I'm probably gonna say
PS2. Okay.
We'll come back to that one.
No, I can't remember. Not the N64, but the one before that one.
Oh, Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo.
It was. I agree. I like
Super Nintendo 100%.
I do love the Super Nintendo because the games were good, and as soon as you moved on to the 64, it was the pre 3D stage or whatever, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I liked the Super Nintendo better than 64. 100%. Even though 64 had GoldenEye, which was a fucking sick game, but I like the Super Nintendo better, but I did like GoldenEye because I played the shit out of it.
The 64 generation was hard to it's hard to go back to because that was the beginning of 3D. So
that's what I mean. It was all blocky,
blocky and shit. And even some of the PlayStation 1 games that I go back to play, they're
still
hard.
the same. Yeah,
they're fucking hard to play.
Okay, have you ever watched that movie Tremors? Do you remember that movie, Tremors?
Kevin Bacon, that one guy, fucking
Bacon.
Michael Gross from Family Ties, Reba McEntire.
Yeah, she was in it.
Have you seen any of the others? Tremors movies?
There's 6 of them.
Right, but then, okay, so they're just worms in the...
Have you ever seen Tremors? Have you watched it?
I've
never seen any of them? Oh,
neither.
God. Really?
So,
okay, well, that's your next... Yeah, look it up.
So, the last girl that I dated before the one I'm dating now, she had, fuck tons of Blu-rays, and she had, a 5-disc set of Tremors.
Yeah, I have it.
So, we sat there and we watched it. And the first one, they're just fucking worms.
Yeah.
And then the second one, they're like little balls with legs type of thing.
Yeah.
And
then they start flying.
Then they start flying and shooting lasers and shit for 3 and 4.
No,
and then,
I don't remember lasers.
Maybe it was fire. I don't fucking remember. But then the 5th one was a prequel to Tremors 1, where it's way back in the Old West days.
Oh.
And it's they're still flying and shit. And it's okay, then how come they were just worms in the first one if this one's a prequel, which means it happened beforehand?
Right. Okay, my next question.
Hold on. Another good thing about the Tremors series is that Michael Gross guy from Family Ties, he was in every fucking movie. Even the prequel.
The old guy.
The guy with the guns.
The guy with the guns. Yeah.
He even was in the prequel.
He was, yeah.
I guess it was kind of Back to the Future where every fucking relative to Biff Tannen looks like Biff.
Yeah.
So I hate when they fucking do that.
Okay, next question. Have you ever at all considered yourself being gay? Like, if you're, hang on, you're like, fuck, I think I might be gay. You ever, like, once in your whole life, have you ever thought, holy shit, I think I might be gay?
Well, I know for a fact that people from North Battleford do that all the time. Right? Like, all the fucking... Wait,
No, I'm not asking about
Are you from North Battleford?
Battleford? You say it weird.
Actually, I was born and raised in Saskatoon.
Okay, yeah. See, that's the city of gays in Saskatchewan right there.
Okay, but so we're talking
the
about
San
you, though. Have
Francisco
you ever
is-
considered yourself gay? Like, one day you woke up like, fuck.
No,
Or you looked at some
never.
dude's ass. You know what, though? Nowadays, it's hard, though, because some dudes, they got the man bun, they got long hair, they got fucking tight pants on, and
they tuck it.
and they tuck it in.
You ever seen RuPaul's Drag Race? Where
Oh,
that
dude.
girl, whatever the fuck, whatever
It's
she is, and she goes, okay, can't go untuck.
It's happened to me,
I
man.
don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
It's happened to me. I looked, I was like, oh, God, that's a dude. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I stared at it.
But I tell you this.
Because he was, like, back, and I was like, oh,
when those episodes of Maury Povich come on where they're like, oh, is it a man or a woman? I just turn the channel right away because it's like...
Why?
Because it's fucking...
You don't want to be caught looking at others.
It's fucking difficult to tell.
Like women or what?
It's difficult to tell sometimes, right? And I mean... But that brings up an interesting question, though, right? Like, fucking, how good does the surgery have to be before fucking... And how good does the tranny need to look before it's not even considered gay anymore, right? No comment?
No. Yes. No.
Next question, please.
Out of two of you, who can run faster, do you think? If you guys had a race, like if you guys lined up right there and I said go, who do you think's faster?
All right, hold on.
Me.
Okay, if my back wasn't fucked and
Who
if
do you
we're not wearing our work gear...
Well, of course, your back's not fucked. Who do you think would
Are
run
we wearing
faster?
our work gear or not?
Well,
Yeah, straight up.
On site.
Yeah, you're in sight. You gotta wear your work gear.
Oh, jeez.
But
I
boots.
still think...
Oh, with boots.
With boots?
Yes. Not running shoes. Boots.
Because the boots are a little...
I just want to see you both just run across leaves.
I would have to say I'm faster.
Okay. How do you...
You can't even walk to the pump without stopping for a cough.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Your comment is invalid.
Fucking... Okay, yeah, when Gump told you to go over to his truck and tell me to fucking do whatever with the fucking... I guess, yeah, you're right. He'd win because he doesn't get out of his truck. He just... You
I
drove...
have a lot of stored energy.
You drove 10 feet from, like, where you were parked to Gump's truck 10 feet away to tell me, oh, fucking something's wrong with your radio. You didn't get out of your truck to walk over. No, you just drove.
He's not wrong. You did do that.
Fuck you, Glenn.
No, I'm not gay. We just
Yeah,
we just covered that question.
Yeah, we just kind of covered that. Okay. Who's your favorite wrestler? Who's your favorite wrestler?
Booker T.
Can you dig that, sucker?
I don't even know who the hell that is.
Okay, he's a black guy, goes like this, and then just does a little spin-a-rooney and shit.
He doesn't do that again, Glenn.
No, you're gonna have to watch that shit back.
No, just do it again. I want to see it. It was kind of.
But am I wrong? Am I wrong? He looks at his hand, he's like, then he does this little spin-a-rooney thing and fucking...
I don't even know who that is. I have to look it up. I don't know who that is. So, okay, so that's your favorite wrestler?
He spins on his head.
He was in Harlem Heat.
Oh.
Which was one of the most dominant tag teams in WCW history. I think they won the titles 9 times.
Jesus. Okay.
Right. That just shows that I watch wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's your favorite wrestler, but you don't fucking know? Jesus, what?
Everyone's not into wrestling like you, Glenn.
Just because wrestling is fake.
So is your mom.
Whoa.
Anyway.
Mom jokes are coming in now.
Into the mom jokes now, boy.
Oh, no.
Your
mom's so fat, she blocked out the sun.
My favorite wrestler is The Undertaker.
Yeah, I remember The Undertaker. I remember, obviously, the main ones. Like The Rock, obviously. The Undertaker.
Stone Cold Steve
Austin. The Undertaker was my favorite, though, because he was a huge dude, and he always, he was like a scary guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a zombie. They beat the fuck out of him. He'd lay there
not like
for
a
a while,
zombie,
but
he was just that guy, it would get all dark and like he was like I don't know, villain or something.
To rephrase that question, are you talking about now or back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day, like who's your like
Back
you know
in the day.
yeah back in the day,
Yeah.
like Hulk Hogan and shit like that.
Okay, so
obviously.
the Undertaker only retired a couple of years ago, so I'm still gonna go with the Undertaker.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I mean, that guy wrestled
Right.
for 30 fucking years.
Okay, I got next question. If you could pick any supercar, anyone of them at all, what one would you take?
Porsche 911.
Okay.
I'm guessing a Mustang's not a supercar.
Not really. Not really, no. More that's a muscle car.
Ferrari.
Ferrari, just a Ferrari, like not any specific one?
Just any.
Any Ferrari. Okay. Roger. Say Ferrari and a 911.
Lamborghini Countach. No.
Oh yeah, see that's the most epic one. Yeah, like a Dumb and Dumber. Yeah. Okay, what do you prefer, hard bar or beer?
Neither. I don't really drink. If I had to, I'd probably Jack and Coke, so hard bar.
Okay, hard bar.
Hard beer.
Tell us about you passed out on the toilet.
Oh, that's a good story. So, I
Were
went
you
to
drinking hard bar or were you drinking beer?
wine.
Oh no! That
4 bottles of wine.
that explains that video 100%. That's yeah, okay.
You should see that video. It's going viral.
It is.
It's got 7 views.
It's pretty funny though.
Viral.
Well, that's viral, yeah.
How many of you just said have?
7.
I had 7.5. A little midget watched it.
Jeez.
A midget watched it. Yeah, so okay, so he drank 4 bottles of wine. I've had a buddy do that, and he like same issue, like, but he puked everywhere.
Okay, now that you
wine fucks you up.
now that you bring up midgets, would you fuck a midget?
Yes.
That's confidential.
That's not confidential. It's a yes or no question. Would you fuck a midget?
Would you though?
No.
Yeah.
I would.
We know you would, Glenn. Fuck. It's not even a question for you.
Fuck anything with
We could
legs
just-
and heartbeat.
We could just put you down for yes. We don't even need to ask you that question. But anyways, if you so say the Greenpeace come up to you and wanted you to hug a tree. Okay, the Greenpeace people that want to save the trees and the planet. If you got paid $5 less an hour to go hug a tree, would you go hug a tree? If they paid you to go hug a tree instead of doing what you're doing right now, killing the planet.
How long do you have to hug the tree for?
It'd be a 12-hour day.
Oh, fuck no.
Okay.
Glenn's lying. He totally would.
I'm not taking that kind of a pay cut to fucking hold a tree.
$5 less, so just to hug a tree for 12 hours.
Oh, okay, so $16 an hour to hug a tree. No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Well,
'Cause that means I'd have to stand outside for 12 hours a day.
yeah.
My arms
To hug a
wrapped around
tree.
a tree
Yes.
in the elements.
Yes.
Minus 40 weather. I'm not fucking hugging a tree for $16.
Well, it's like working. It's like working on the drilling rig. You're hugging the drill pipe.
Hugging the pipe. Glenn doesn't work though,
That's right.
so that's the thing too. Glenn doesn't do anything. Like right now, what are you doing? Nothing.
Stuff and or things.
Stuff and nothing. So nothing.
I have so much stored energy. I don't know what to do with it.
That was random. Oh fuck!
My legs now.
You both
It's all that stored energy.
went straight to your leg.
Oh. Oh.
Oh shit.
Medic.
Okay, I need a funny story when you were back in school, like say, high school. What's a really funny story? Obviously, well, okay.
Well, so I was playing football, and we pulled a prank on our coach. We put 8535 in his can.
Can
And
of what?
what?
Can of what?
And then, like when we were like playing football,
Yeah.
so we put 8535 in there, so his balls would be on fire while he was playing.
Do you mean his cup?
Oh, it's
Can or cup, whatever.
yeah. Okay, so his
Can
jaw.
is shitter, cup is fucking-
535 in his cup, so his balls were on fire.
Oh yeah, he put it on. He didn't notice it at first,
How'd you? It would be wet, wouldn't it?
and within 3 minutes after, he walked up the stairs to go to the field. We all got ran. It was not a good time.
No, so it
Sounds like a good time.
it backfired then.
It definitely backfired a lot. And then one time I got pants in school.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
Pants, like
someone went up behind me and pulled my pants down, and it was from a girl that I had a real big crush on.
oh no. She saw it all.
She saw it all and she never talked to me again.
Was it really that small?
Did she see it?
She's seen it all.
Okay.
Yeah, but was it really that small?
No.
Well, then, fucking, if you had a hog, I'm sure she'd fucking talk to you more.
She was scared of the pet iguana.
Okay, Glenn, you're next.
Guy's got such a big hog, he should be a pig farmer. I don't really remember much of school, and I don't really have...
Because
You don't
you didn't
remember-
show up to school.
Were you the kid in the back of the class drawing pictures?
Probably. No, I was at front of the class napping.
How do you nap in the front of class?
You just don't give a fuck. You're like,
Oh,
social studies, right?
okay.
I'll tell you a story, though, about how I got kicked out of the computer lab for a month.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so we were in the computer lab, and I noticed that a couple of computers over, someone put a NBA player doing a slam dunk as the wallpaper on the computer screen, right?
Oh, okay.
So I went to rotten.com. Anyone remember that
Oh,
site?
yeah, I remember that. Fuck, that was a nasty site.
And there was a picture of a guy who shot himself in the head with a gun, and like a chunk of his head was gone, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I fucking set that as a wallpaper, and one of the
Oh.
teachers saw it, and he's like, okay, you're kicked out for a month.
That would do it?
I didn't even fucking argue. I'm like, okay, fair enough. You know?
That's disgusting,
And
Glenn.
then-
Like, that site was
friend-
disgusting.
I know.
It was so bad.
I don't even
I remember
know if it's
seeing
still a
one
thing.
guy got cut in half by a bandsaw. That was fucked
Fucking,
up. Scarred for life.
my friend Dave, he printed out the walkthrough for Final Fantasy VII, right?
Do you know why they called it Final Fantasy, the original game?
Because Squaresoft was basically, it was their Hail Mary.
Yeah, going bankrupt. So that was their Final Fantasy.
That was going to be their final game, and it was
Final
a fantasy.
Fantasy.
So,
Yeah.
and Final Fantasy 1's my favorite, but Final Fantasy 7, single-sided paper. No, like, keep in mind, a fucking thing was like that thick by the time you'd finish printing it out. He'd print it out like 20 pages at a time or some shit.
20
right?
pages of what?
A walkthrough.
Oh, a walkthrough. Oh.
Like, oh, here's how you beat the game. Fucking
Okay,
crazy.
let's talk about donuts. Let's talk about how the middle of the donut is actually not fat-free anymore because someone lied to me.
Right? Because you see, he said that the middle of a donut's fat-free because it's got a hole, right?
He was
Which-
right until you debunked it.
Up
'cause-
until a point, but then
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
okay, but there's no hole in the jelly-filled donuts. There's no hole in the Boston cream donuts, right?
But there's a hole in honey dip.
Right, but
There's a hole in vanilla sprinkles.
right,
There's
but
a hole in double chocolate.
And? Keep going. You're
Continue.
there.
There's a hole in maple.
right,
There's
but
a hole in lots of other ones. It's
Okay,
hard to
so-
fill.
okay, so
But he did lie to me. He did lie to
but
me.
you said every donut is fat-free in the middle. The apple fritters, are those considered donuts?
No, that's an apple fritter. That's not, I wouldn't consider that a donut. I don't call an apple fritter a donut. I call
But
it an
you get
apple
it
fritter.
at Tim Hortons and other donut shops.
Yes, but it's not a donut. When you say that's a donut, that's not. I don't get.
So then, what would you classify as a donut? It needs to be round,
yeah, it's got to be a hole in it.
or Bismarcks and fucking
Huh?
Bismarcks and Boston creams don't have holes. The jelly-filled ones don't have
No,
holes.
no, but that's
But
different.
those are donuts.
That's different than a.
But
an
you
apple
just
fritter.
said to consider it a donut, it needs to be round with a hole in the middle.
Yes,
But it doesn't, because there's
But
certain donuts where, like, you buy a box of Boston cream donuts, right? There's no hole in the middle.
I don't
Yes,
buy.
there is.
Okay, normally there'd be no hole in the middle unless you're like this guy and you really love your food.
How do you fill the middle of the donut?
There's a hole in the side, and then they
That's in the middle of the donut.
no, it's not. It's just in the side.
The side of the middle.
No, it's not the middle. It's just
The side of the donut, dead square in the middle. That's how they fill it.
right. But
There's a hole in the middle of the fucking donut.
that's still not fat free, though, is it?
No,
Yes, it is
But
because
no, there's cream. No,
There's going to be some sort of cream
no,
coming
he's
out.
got you, man.
how do you know that donut is not filled with fat-free cream? How do you know?
Fat. He's got a good point. Could be. Yeah. See, this is another argument.
Because-
Glenn, sorry, Glenn, but
One, normally donuts were deep fried at a time, right? Now they're just like,
yeah, mini donuts are like they're
You
definitely
know.
deep fried.
so I'm guessing that one, there's got to be fat in the batter of the donut. Fucking the chocolate glaze has got to have some sort of fat. I'm pretty sure that the custard, because of all that the custard or whatever they put in the middle has fat in it.
It's vanilla pudding.
Still, it's fucking
No custard.
whatever. It's still got to be fucking. There's got to be fat in there because it's like they're not gonna be like, oh, these are for the health conscious people. Like all the fat in the donut and the fucking chocolate glaze. Let's put fucking.
Okay, who has the best donut? Who makes the best donut?
Apparently, Krispy Kreme.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
never had Krispy Kreme
dude,
donuts.
they are good.
but
Oh, yes, they are.
People are like, oh, it's like crack.
No, dude, they are. Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna say probably I've never had Krispy Kreme before, but the best donut I've ever had was probably from Cooker Creek, just outside of GP.
No, you gotta talk about a mainstream one, like Dunkin', Robin, fucking
Robin's
Timmy's,
Donuts.
like a main one, not just a family, because that would, yeah.
Yeah, mom and pop shops
Yeah.
usually have the best.
Yeah, they
shit.
do anyway. Like, 'cause I've been to lots of them. They usually always have good donuts.
Yeah.
So you gotta pick a big chain,
Um.
not just a mom and pop one.
Honestly, I haven't been to too many donut shops. I've only been to like Tim's and Robin's Donuts and stuff like that.
No Dunkin' donut.
No, because Dunkin' Donuts is in the States.
There might be a few Dunkin' Donuts in Ontario.
Well,
I think there's enough population.
What's the one in Dawson? What is that one? Robin's.
No, there's just Tim Hortons in Dawson. There's two Tim Hortons
Well,
in
there
Dawson.
was a donut shop there.
Yeah,
Well, there
Tim
was-
Hortons.
No, the other one.
I'll have to ask the old lady when I get home.
Yeah, you'll have to, because there was one there.
Because I believe Robin's Donuts is just a Saskatchewan franchise. I don't think it's
No.
ever crossed the border.
Yes, there was one. There's a Robin's Donuts in Penticton at one point in time.
Interesting.